This would be our first phase area. So one of the other big concerns people have is that they're afraid we're going to build something and it will fail. We'll build 200 units and they won't come. And yeah, if you were to go out and build 200 units, I'd be concerned too. The reason we don't do that is we start in small phases. We want to be successful for sure. So for example, we're looking at this area here, and our three main components we're all going to do on this spot as a starting point. So we're going to do a hotel, a small restaurant, we're going to do for sale owner-occupied condos, and some townhomes. And so this will all be down in this lower area here, overlooking the marina, but on this side of the street. The marina side is fully public at all times. This is a public streetscape like everything else. So the market analysis for the hotel says 80 to 100 rooms. And this would be an upper mid-market hotel. It's not a Ritz-Carlton, but it's certainly not a sleep cheap on the side of the highway. It's a place, it has to be nice enough you want to come here for a destination. We'll have a spa, it's a great place to have a wedding reception, those kinds of things. So certainly a destination, you choose to come here, so it'd be very nice. Associated with that, we'll probably do 12 to 20 condos in the first phase, and in those condos we'll have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, you'll have a penthouse, testing that whole market, and we'll build half a dozen townhomes, maybe with a coffee shop kind of thing, and a restaurant outside. The whole point of that is, if it sounds like it's a little bit of everything, it is. And the very important reason is, we can do market studies till the cows come home, and we use them, and they're very helpful and informative. But the market study that matters most is the one that comes with a signed check, right? And so I can say that a condo will cost $200,000 and people will buy it. But everybody's a skeptic until it happens, and I understand that. It's a hard thing to believe when there's a new kind of a product, first of its kind in an area. It's just tough to believe, but we've been through that in a lot of communities, a lot of cities, and it works.
So you have done the market research for this location and these products that you're building, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And so diversifying the portfolio here would give you a bunch of options, and depending on what does well and what doesn't do so well, you might be able to adjust what's available in phase 1, and then that would also inform phase 2.
Exactly right.
And how many phases in all?
Well, we're talking about parcel 1, which is the property that we're talking about for this call. We're going to build the first phase, and then the second phase would be up here where we're talking up here at Lake and Corrigan. And then the next phase, there might be 1 or 2 more phases down there. So it's at least 3 and maybe 4 or 5. So we tend to build small bite-sized chunks because we want to make sure that they work. And honestly, the market constantly evolves. And so how this would work, we build that hotel, we build that condo. Somebody says, well, if the hotel, most study says 100 rooms and you only build 50, is that a problem? Well, the units, those condos, those 12 to 20 condos I talked about, they'll be hotel condo units. And what that means is somebody could buy a 2-bedroom unit, and one of those bedroom units would be able to be closed off from the regular unit and put in the hotel pool, so it would be a suite. And so let's say you buy, so you're a young professional, you really don't need 2 bedrooms, but you want to make a smart real estate decision, so you buy this unit. You put the second bedroom, when you don't need it, is in the hotel pool, and it becomes a hotel room.
Oh.
Now you got guests coming for a reunion weekend or a big football game or something. You take that room out of the pool and your guests stay in your guest room. They leave, it goes back into the hotel pool, and you're getting a check from the hotel.
Okay.
So the good news for the hotel is they get another hotel room that they don't have to support financially all year round. The good news for the owner is they've got an extra room that they get help with their mortgage with because they're getting help from the hotel to pay for the room.
That's pretty smart.
It's a great strategy. So we get the capacity, but we manage costs for both sides.
Okay. How many units would be like that?
Probably 12 to 20 of them. I mean, all of them in the condo. Now, a buyer may buy the condo and say, that's great, not interested, and that's fine. We'll sell them that too. We're building owner-occupied housing, not rentals, though. We don't want to have a bunch of apartments. That's
what I was going to ask. So that would just be a relationship between the owner and the hotel.
It's part of the hotel.
You wouldn't be able to sublet that space to someone.
Right. It's not a rental product.
Okay.
Yep. And we'd have limitations on people. If somebody wanted to have a condo and rent it, we typically have a limitation on that. You can do it once or twice a year for no less than a month. Okay. And so then it doesn't turn into a vacation, somebody buying it and flipping it for vacation rentals. That's not what we want. That doesn't benefit anybody. So that first phase, it goes here, and then we're testing the market, right? So that when the real estate side comes in, they say, you know what? All the 2 bedrooms sold like crazy. The 1 bedrooms, just not much of a market for them. Well, that means when we go to the next phase, we'll probably do fewer 1 bedrooms and more of what did sell. The other nice thing is, we just built this project in St. Joseph, Michigan. It's in at Harbor Shores, and if you look at that project, we sold 3 condos, before it was built. And people are like, wow, you buy a condo, you haven't even they haven't even started the building yet. How do you know what you're getting? Well, you see the pictures. Well, the weekend we opened it, once people could get in and walk around, look at the views, and kick the tires, we sold the top floor penthouse, and we sold 4 other units in one weekend.
And what were the prices?
The penthouse went for 1.3 million.
Wow. And the population, what did you say it was? St. Joseph?
St. Joseph, Michigan.
Michigan?
It's about 8 or 10,000 people.
8 or 10,000
Yep.
people. A lot like this. A lot like
this,
Charlotte.
except our nearest population center is 100 miles away to Chicago or 70 miles north to Grand Rapids. And Grand Rapids is about the size of Rochester.
Okay.
So I know it's hard for people to believe here, but if you were in St. Joseph 25 years ago, it was very, very similar. We lost a whole ton of jobs. You know, somebody wants to open an ice cream shop downtown, they go to get permission from the city manager, and he's like, we don't want them people. We want more jobs in industry. And,
right.
and it's one of those, and that was the state of mind in the 80s in Michigan. We're an industrial economy. It was all about get me another smokestack.
Yeah.
Well, those smokestacks have left Michigan. They're not coming back.
Yeah.
But you can't export our lakes. You know, Lake Michigan is not going anyplace.
Yeah. There used to be smokestacks right here. This used to be an iron ore mill, or whatever you call it.
Yep, and so that's gone, and those things, and that's okay, because you can't export the lake. The river's always going to be here.